What's happening, people? Welcome to Music Monday. Today in the skillet, we got a cool one called No Sun. So let's dive right into No Sun today. All right. This song came out probably a year and a half ago, but I think I wrote it 7 or 8 years ago. I do remember I was at Deerwood when I wrote this. And I got up early one morning and was looking out over the field, and the French Broad River ran right through that valley, and it had a lot of rain, and it had flooded. So the whole field out there, that bottom 90 acres, was all underwater. Just a cold, wintry, rainy, flood-driven day. I'd had this piece of music I'd been fooling around with for a couple of days, and then bam, here these lyrics came. This song really hits hard, man. This was a rough patch in my life, and this is all about a relationship and a significant one ending. So the first verse sets that up, man. Pretty well. And I use the term layman in this first part. If you listen to that first verse, once I had a dream in a layman song. Once I had a dream, now the dream is gone. I use that because I always kind of felt like I was a working musician, not a superstar, but I've made my way through this for 33 years and have done okay at it quietly, on my own terms. So I think I want to get right into the second verse because, see, that first one is just setting up the demise. Second verse has got a lot of self-examination going in it, and you might just gloss right over it when you first listen to it, but if you read it, take a look at it, there's more in there, like so many of these songs, than meets the eye right at first. All right, take a long, hard look at your life. That's what we're talking about, self-examining. I believe Socrates said the unexamined life is not worth living. I think that was Socrates. So kind of tying that philosophy into this, so take a long, hard look at your life past the pain and sacrifice and through the desert and down to the sea. And that is making reference to there is no way around. You must go through, and even the difficult and hot, nasty places you got to go through to get down to the beach or the ocean where there's life again. So that is kind of a symbol of moving through that. And the real hammer line that hits me every time I sing it is, you can look at this glass half full or you can look at it half empty. And it says, are you lonely? Are you free? Kind of a paradoxical statement, but a lot packed into it. So yeah, that can be either way you want it. You can either look at it as an opportunity and you're free or half full, or you can look at it as the demise of your existence and you are going to be a lonely wretch for the rest of your life. All right, let's dive right on into the last verse. I use the term, noun dregs. If you don't know what that is, that is the most low, undesirable part of something. So it doesn't really paint a really beautiful picture of the ending of a relationship, but it says, sliding down life's dull edge with wilted flowers and love's dregs. So there's pretty much no coming back from that place of where you are, and you realize that. Now, just like I said, not a particular, rosy view of the whole thing, but man, there's one part at the end of this song that I want to bring attention to because I think people miss it. I make reference to an A.E. Housman poem. He was a 19th and 20th century poet. And I remember several years back when I was writing this song, I had this idea about this poem I remember reading in high school. It was called Terence, This Is Stupid Stuff. If you want to look that up, A.E. Housman, Terence, This Is Stupid Stuff. Go look it up. It's kind of a long-winded poem. Housman was kind of a dark, pessimistic poet. And as I was going back rereading that particular poem, there were 3 lines in there that stood out, and I printed them off because I wanted to share them with you. It said, for fellows whom it hurts to think, look into the pewter pot, to see the world as the world's not. All right, that hit me hard. So I just kind of paraphrased it into my own thinking, and a lot of people probably miss it at the end of the song when I say, it's still, you said, so I searched the pewter pot to see my life as it is not. So you search the pewter pot to see your life as it is not. And really all what that is, pewter pot is a reference to beer making. And I'm using it here to draw attention to alcoholism and drowning your sorrows or masking your shame or your pain in drinking. Which probably at the time that I wrote this, I was doing a lot of that. So, you can do that for a while. It might numb the pain, it might take it away briefly, but I'm telling you, man, that train dumps you off right at the same place you got on. So, A. Houseman, yeah, if you want to go, that's where I pulled that from. I think a lot of people probably will just go right over that and not even catch it. And so you search the pewter pot to see your life as it is not. Because you want away from it. You don't like it. You're just running from something that's actually smaller than you are. So, all right. That's what we got today in the skillet. This is a tune called No Sun. I want to show you guitar players right quick. Man, this is a weird one because it's tuned in open C. So your notes on your guitar are going to be E, C, G, C, G, C. So it makes that sound when you strum it open. And then I'll have to do a tutorial on this one because it's kind of a complicated song. The chords don't make any sense. Boy, did this one come out good. Every time I listen to it, it kind of gives me the feelies. So if you hadn't heard it, go over there and check it out. And on Music Monday, what we were talking about today is the tune I wrote for JC called No Sun. And as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story. You do.